Okay. Alright. Hi. Having a hard time. We're back with more of Freestar's The Ur-Quan Masters. We've got aliens to find. I'm not sure where is the problem. The one thing I know we need to do is... I wish that it would go to the most recent one. Is we need to go to Spathiwa. This is in Epsilon, Greece, right? Yep. Autopilot. Oh. There's an alien here. Do you think it's a probe? It's a probe! Hey.
This probe is not engaging self.
I'll take free money. $100 times 50? There was a 100 over 50. There was a thing going on there. For sure. So I guess we can go there. Zoom, 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 zoom. Nope, nope.
Oh, you're back. Great. Our celebrations are still going on. Can you come back later? Why don't you just wait a while until after we are resettled on our home world? We can discuss details at that time. 10, 15 years tops. No, no, no. We are simply taking a more adult, welcome to the real world view of the situation. We cannot simply say, hurrah! And form an alliance with you this very moment. Surely you see that.
You know, those creatures aren't dead.
No! No, please. Exactly what kind of relationship were you thinking of?
A mutually beneficial alliance of minds and might. An egalitarian fellowship of sentient life forms.
What? Huh? Okay. We are quite familiar with that arrangement. Very well. I'll bet we will regret this decision later on, but you leave me with no choice. We will comply with your needs. A spotty delegation will depart immediately for the planet Earth.
Navigate. I tried to be nice. I tried to be nice. I want the record to show. Doesn't appear to be anything there. There's nothing here. I went to the place they told me to go. Man. So I'm completely off base. Oh wow, this was really not worth the trip, eh? Oh, I did miss 2. I mean, I'm already wasting the fuel, right? Yeah, I have not made it to the Draconis system, Betelgeuse, or the other one. This is why I write them down. I suppose I have all the stuff now. I could clean off Venus finally. I'm going to need to go back to refuel anyway, unless I find a Melnorme. And some stuff to pay that Melnorme with. I'm not coming back for one of those. I mean, I definitely want that. I didn't mean to leave. Ooh, this one's got fancy, colorful ones. The Pkunk have moved? I didn't know that was a thing you could do. But that explains why there was a whole thing. They sent their entire fleet over here. Oh no, they must be on the way to the Yeehaw. We're not landing there. Not for that. Alright, this one's got biologics, which means we're going down. All right. Ooh. A lot of stuff to get here. Yeah, I guess I should go try to make friends with the Yeehaw again. If only to keep them from killing the Pkunk, who have given me the most valuable gift of all, their love. Talk to the Pkunk first, man. Can't I just solve their problems for them without making sure that they don't want me to get involved first? I also need to talk to the Spathy so they'll give me that stupid thing. I forgot all about it. I just left. Wow, this place is full of biologics. He'll worried they'll get exterminated before I solve their problem. Great. I'm so glad they've got everything under control. We're not landing here. We're not landing here either. So, crystals. It's a very big ball of acid, apparently. Alright. We've been everywhere. We ended up having to threaten them to make them stick to their part of the deal. But now they're on side. But now, apparently, I have to be worried that the Pkunk have moved everything. Yeah, I forgot to talk to one of the ship captains about getting the hypercaster. I don't think this world's actually worth landing on. But we've done it. I suppose that's the important thing.
I hope the battle fares well, Captain. I have some information I think you should hear. Captain, a delegation of Spathi has just arrived here under orders from their High Council to form an alliance and assist you against the hierarchy. They have provided fabricator blueprint data for their eluder spacecraft and promise a steady supply of captains for as many ships as we build. Excellent work, Captain. More fuel for the fire, eh, Captain? That last load should keep it blazing. Blow up an Ur-Quan for me, Captain.
I don't have quite enough money. But I can get a point defense system. So I should go talk to the Pkunk. I should go talk to the Spathi. Let's do it this way. I'm going to talk to the Pkunk first. Oh, I could go loot Alpha Centauri. Wait, I need to go to Alpha Centauri anyway. Actually, I think I need to go to this one. Z-Man. Because the only other thing I was told about those rainbow planets, I was told there were two of them. There was the one that we found in Beta Pegasi, and then there's one in a large white star system. And it's a large white star, so we'll also run into the, what's their names there? Right? Right. And it's kind of on the way to either one of the locations. The Melnorme. I don't think that's worth picking up. Now this is worth picking up. Get out of there. Alright. Blue ones. Now, are they noble gases or common minerals? Because if they're noble gases, they might be worth going for. I guess I'll take the risk on this one. Not no more gases. I'm not going back for a second run on that one. I saw you. Come back here. Do business!
Welcome back, Captain. You are our favorite customer.
Yay!
Now, what can we do for you today? What would you like to sell, Captain? The tube. What great idea. The technology we are now offering is plans for building Hellbore cannons, a weapon much more destructive than a simple blaster. Captain, just a suggestion. Hellbore cannons are energy gulpers, so unless you want to have a long delay between shots, I would suggest you add dynamo.
Shiva furnaces, you say?
Shiva furnaces to your ship. The technology we are now offering includes details on how to develop Shiva furnace modules, which generate energy for your combat batteries twice as fast as your standard dynamos.
I would like this.
Certain you will appreciate this new module, Captain. With it, you should be able to destroy and devastate twice as fast as before. Commander, that is the limit of the new technology we can offer you. If I may say so, you have been an excellent customer. Thank you.
I would like to buy some information then.
How wonderful, Captain. While you probably believe that the Zoq-Fot-Pik are extinct, having caused their sun to flare with a device identical to the Ur-Quan super bomb, the truth is not so simple. There yet exists a chance to resuscitate this meta-marsupial species, though it will not be easy. The problem at hand seems simple. Bring together two Zoq-Fot-Pik of different sexes, and the carnal gymnastics proceed. Given the short gestation and maturation time of the Zoq-Fot-Pik, you will have thousands of the creatures in 10 years and millions in 20. Finding a male of the species is easier than fluff. Simply visit the Zoq-Fot-Pik's blasted star system at Delta Gorno. Captain Tanaka, or its sibling, Katana, shall greet you on your arrival. A warning. These warriors are old and fly in barely functional ships. If they mistakenly identify you as the enemy, do not return fire. Retreat and try to talk with them on their own level. The females of the species will be more difficult to obtain. The only supply of such remaining in the galaxy is at Alpha Cherenkov 1, included as part of General Zex's bizarre and beloved menagerie. Fortunately for you, Captain, Zex is considered, well, perverse by his fellow bucks. This is because Zex actually enjoys the presence of human beings. To acquire the Zoq-Fot-Pik females, you will have to appease Zex, or kill him.
Wow, that was a lot.
The Ur-Quan are presently at war with a race called the Kora. They are fighting within a large spherical region of space, centered around the Craterus star group. Although it is probably too early to tell, it would appear that the Kora are winning. Unfortunately, this purchase requires 17 additional credits. It has been a pleasure.
Alright. I think we're doing pretty good, though. Like, we've got a whole bunch of information. I don't think I want that.
Welcome. Now, we appreciate it.
I have
We look
nothing.
forward.
Alright, I haven't actually gone to the gas giant. Need to actually see the gas giant. I don't need the acids. That gold world is probably going to pay off, though. One of these has got to be the rainbow world, right? Ooh, this one's got moons. I mean, I guess there was no promise that this was the large white star that I was being told about. Well, I mean, if you're gonna give me one of the best ones, I'm gonna go get it. Degenerate matter. We've done pretty good for ourselves on this haul, I think. I don't know that we're going to come back to this system. Okay, I went to that one, I went to that one, I went to that one, that one. And this is the outer one. Okay, so I've hit every planet in this system. Didn't see a rainbow world, that's fine. Wow, there's one just hiding right here. What's this one? I can't stop here. My cargo is completely full. Oh right, and the Zoq-Fot are like under attack. Or so I was told. Can't win them all.
Good to see you again, Captain. Before we proceed, I wanted you to know, this seems strange to me and I considered not bringing it up, but not long ago, 6 of my people fell unconscious simultaneously for no apparent reason. When they awoke hours later, they reported being overwhelmed by a feeling of something very wrong that had taken place. The medtechs couldn't find anything wrong with these crew members, but they discovered one correlation. All 6 of them have exceptionally high Esper ratings.
Something incredibly wrong has happened. Great. I'm going to be annoyed if I've lost a species.
That last load should keep it blazing. We shall await your return.
Hellbore cannon. thought I had more time? I don't understand, like, what I've missed. Oh. The Pkunk are dead. So if I had gone to the Pkunk first, could I have turned them around? Okay. If that's the case, we're going to go talk to the Pkunk first. Then we'll go there and we'll roust that system for all of its goods. That's annoying. You know what? I'm going to take a break. Be right back. Alright. Look. I'm actually kind of impressed. The game, despite being old in a lot of ways, is quite deep. But also rude. Alright, I don't see any Pkunk here. They've already killed them. So I have to go back even further. That's fine.
This probe is engaged.
decided that our Ur-Hot siblings are in need of our love and good counsel. We have waited far too long to return home and heal the wound that has kept our race apart these many centuries. When we arrive in the Serpentis constellation, we will greet our Ur-Hot brethren with warm hugs of affection, which, I am sure, shall be returned in kind. This is an ominous portent. We must consult our spirit guides before proceeding. Unfortunate dear, we will have to return home to do this properly. Thank you for your concern.
Okay, now the Pkunk are going to turn around. I mean, I should just go to the Zoq-Fot next, because they were also in trouble. Ur-Quan. We'll see. I mean, I did upgrade my firepower when I came back from Zoq-Fot-Pik last time. It is neat that, like, you know, everything is still happening. Yeah, it's not that I'm upset that the game does stuff without me. Like, yeah, you make choices. But also, I really wish that they would, like, there was a little bit better tracking of that stuff. Or that, like, hey, we can start cranking out more ships at wherever the hell we got this one. And, like, actually continue building the fleet when we're not home. But honestly, like, kind of impressive. Alright, the Zoq-Fot-Pik were on the center planet, yeah?
We are the Ur-Quan Corps are. We cleanse our destiny. You will soon die. Make whatever rituals are necessary for your species.
Okay, so there's a death cult within the Ur-Quan?
Over 5,000 races have made such a claim. We survived. They did not. Nor shall you.
I am getting wrecked by this thing. Yeah. Okay. So we absolutely do need better weapons if we're going to take those guys on. So let's stop at the giant white star because we can get the rest of the plans in the Mille Norme. Excuse me. Sorry about that. It's still kind of in there, whatever it is. Ugh. I believe it did say something like that. Oh, gosh, that's annoying.
Welcome back,
Sorry.
Captain. You are our portrait. We
I need to capture some animals that are in this system. But don't worry, my dude. There's gonna be something for you. Yeah, capture. Didn't I say capture? I sure meant to say capture. But why what? Because that's what the Milnorme want. That's what they trade for. They want alien life forms. I assume they run zoos or something. I don't know if you noticed, but there's a bunch of alien species in this universe that want to murder the crap out of us. Sometimes you have to make the best of an absolute crap situation. They don't want them dead. That's what I know. They want the animals alive. My crew knows that we're fighting for the survival of humanity. And a bunch of other alien species, apparently. Like, that's the other thing. The Melnorme are the ones who have sold me all the technology that lets me keep my crew alive. I'm gonna be sad if this system isn't the one where I found all of the life forms. I can't remember now, because we went to other places first, because I was like, oh, what's going on? Huh? What? I'm beginning to worry that it was, though. Because, yeah. Okay, no. Hold on. They were out of stock of the ones that could be called off. First. Second, it's not the Meltorne's fault that the Slilandro didn't read the instructions and programmed their drones incorrectly. Yeah, I got all of the stuff at a different location. Yeah. Ship's full. So now we have to go back to Seoul so that we can unload. And we don't have anything to... Ugh. Yeah. I only have till the
Hello,
end of
Captain.
August to save them.
More fuel for the fire. Blow up an...
So I have to immediately turn this around. We only need one lander. Alright, I gotta take another break. I gotta see if I can clear whatever the heck I've got jammed in my tonsil or whatever out. Back in a few minutes. Alright. OBS, hello? Alright, what I'm seeing is that I was told that I could have up to 3 tracking devices. Any more than that doesn't do anything, but they all increase accuracy. So I figure reduce my number of shots to the more powerful ones. More dynamos for more reload speed, and then 2 tracking things in the hopes that that's enough to get us somewhere. Alright, let's go try to save the Zoq-Fot. I suppose point defense systems probably shoot down those saw blades, eh? Oh well. I have my save. Can always go back and try it again if we get here in time to do something about it. At least we don't have to worry about anybody killing the ores. But I wonder if we're missing out on some of the other species that we're just not meeting. Because they've already gotten murdered. It's not about just their ally potential. Alright. Zoq-Fot-Pik's still here. IDIC? I'm not familiar. I flew right into that guy. Ooh,
What? A human in a precursor service vehicle? How did you escape the slave shield, human? Or are you a rogue? Although you consider us the enemy, these conclusions are flawed. We are your salvation. We bring you peace. A peace built upon our social framework, imposed upon your planet. A new world order in which your prosperity and security are assured by the Ur-Quan. We will protect you from the hazards of this hostile universe, from dangers so hideous your simple minds cannot imagine their dark scope. Today, we are the enemy. In time, this will change. Soon, you will come to understand the boon of slavery we force upon you, and then you will revere and even love us for this gift.
I never had a chance to run away. So let's load ARG, outfit the starship. What do you mean the ores aren't that bad looking? Maybe we put... Oh, fair enough. Oh, that's a fair point. I could sell off Pkunk starships until I only had one of them. I mean, not that I'm going to use any of those ships. Near as I can tell, they're all terrible. It's still the Zoq-Fot.
We are the Ur-Quan Core. We cleanse our destiny. You will soon die. Make whatever rituals are necessary for your species. The words. The words. The words. Alien, you have spoken the words. You have spoken them rightly. We will explain to you about the Dinyari, our slave masters, the Taelo, our only friends, whom we exterminated, and our reasons why we cleanse the galaxy of all other sentient life. We have explained this before, over 20,000 years ago. Your words, why do you do this thing, echo that ancient plea. You see, alien, we were a proud and mighty race, who were cruelly enslaved. For thousands of years we had no free will. We were nothing more than tools. Never again will anyone enslave our people. We cleanse the galaxy of such threats. We evolved on a hostile world, the descendants of solitary hunters. In a world where one species is the dominant killer, one's only threat is one's brother, one's sister, anyone of one's species. Civilization did not come easily to us. We earned it. We mastered our hatreds and murderous desires to form a mighty culture. In those ancient days, there was no Core-Ah or Kazertza, only the Ur-Quan. We explored our world, and then the space beyond. Here we met the 6 races of the sentient milieu. Here we met the Taelo, the only species we ever called friend. Our association with the Taelo and the milieu lasted for 3,000 years. We, the Ur-Quan, who could not tolerate the presence of others, became the milieu's scouts. They're solitary explorers. Of all the species we have met, only the Tailo did not trigger our instinctive territoriality. They were the only people we could stand with, or talk to, without the hunter inside us screaming, "Kill the interloper, rip out its life." We believe that the same factors that made the Tailo non-threatening to us, their unusual rock-like biology, also gave the Tailo natural immunity to the Dinyari's psychic compulsion. The Dinyari would not permit this. After they had conquered all 6 of the other races in the milieu, they commanded us to attack the Tailo, and we did. The Tailo would not fight back. They died. It was on a routine planetfall that one of our milieu scout ships first met the Dinyari, the creatures you know as our talking pets. But the Dinyari were different then. They were evilly intelligent and wielded psychic powers to control the minds of others. They wanted to rule the universe. We had no choice but to give it to them. Our Ur-Quan scout ships transported the Dinyari through the milieu. The war for dominance, such as it was quick and bloodless. Within weeks, the Dinyari controlled all races but one, the Tailo. For thousands of years, we were unthinking slaves to the Dinyari. Like the 5 other surviving races of the old milieu, we had no choice. The Dinyari's compulsion was too strong to resist. But the Dinyari were not satisfied with their slave races. The Yuli and the Drawl were inferior, they decided, and so they instructed us to incinerate their worlds, and we did. The Dinyari had a special liking for us, Ur-Quan, so they began to tinker with our genes, to improve us, their favored slaves. Their efforts to split the Ur-Quan into 2 sub-races, the Green Ur-Quan, that scientists and bureaucrats, and the Black Ur-Quan, their effectuators, the builders, the fighters, the doers. The Kor are the Black Ur-Quan, the Khazar are the Green. I grow tired of talking, alien, and your time grows short. I will continue for but a moment longer. When we discovered that intense pain could block the Dinyari's mental powers, we were able to destroy them, but it took years. Can you imagine, alien, what it must have been like to wear an excruciator? To live in endless screaming pain for months on end? No, you cannot. No, it is not. There is more you must hear. When the war was over, the great Kor rose from our ranks and declared the path of now and forever. We would cleanse the galaxy. No one would ever threaten the Ur-Quan this way again. We had cleansed one of the 3 remaining milieu races, and were in orbit around a second's home world. From the surface came a plea, identical to the words you spoke a few moments ago. The one-eyed creatures, the male Num, asked so simply, so clearly, that we felt compelled to explain. While we did so, the Xertza appeared. They would not permit us to destroy, they said. Enslave, yes. Imprison, yes. But never destroy. The moment was tense. Someone opened fire. The first doctrinal war had begun. While we fought, the male Num escaped. We never found them again. When our battle was done, we, the Kor were defeated. However, the Xertza let us go. We were exiled. We traveled through space. We built the strength of our battle fleets, and continued our plan to cleanse threats from the galaxy for all Ur-Quan. You have heard our words, and perhaps you understand us a bit better. But now, it is time for us to cleanse you.
I'd prefer not. Okay, yeah, the targeting things helped a lot. That's only worth 375?
Our savior, our savior! You have rescued us from certain destruction.
I have.
Owie, baby! That was a close one.
The black ship appeared in orbit several days ago and began raining down bolts of destructive energy on the surface of our planet.
Fortunately,
We were able to focus our planetary shield to deflect the energy blasts away from our cities.
unfortunately,
Large sections of our planet's beautiful wilderness have been annihilated. Entire ecosystems destroyed.
oh, that makes me really mad. I mean, attacking helpless, intelligent alien species, that's one thing. But toasting our cute little wood jukes and tree narves, that is really low.
If the black ship had been accompanied by others of its kind, we wouldn't have been able to stop the rain of destruction. They would have killed us all.
Well, in that case, better those jukes and narves than us, right?
Captain, it is clear that in matters of war, you are more capable than ourselves. With this in mind, we would like to give you our 4 finest starships and crew. I hope they bring you many victories.
Try not to lose them all right away.
No, we have nothing new to report.
Nope, not a thing.
It's been pretty quiet, Captain. Nothing new to report.
Are you crazy? What about the Fungi Championships?
Why should we tell the Earth Captain about that? He wouldn't be interested.
Oh, yeah? How do you know?
Because I'm not even interested. Nobody with any brains is interested in fungi.
Well, what about me, huh? I love Fungi. It's a sport of kings.
Gee,
Oh, all right. He wouldn't know any of the teams anyway.
sure. What do you want to know?
Just ask away.
Anything else? Goodbye, Cap.
See ya.
Okay, we've saved the Zoq-Fot-Pik. Ah. Well, we've also found the core Ah. Let's go get the Spothy to give us some stuff. I'm sorry, I just saw your message about these guys can give me information on a specific quest line.
Welcome back to our...
Yeah.
I just said...
So, besides, you always get that's not...
Sorry, that's just...
Well, why?
Look, don't... I think it's something.
Yeah, right. What do I make? Just
Not much.
this space exploration,
Besides the green
which have only tried,
and the black,
which have actually been quite successful at killing us,
the only other stars are strange, which profess to be...
but then attack.
We believe that the probes which have resulted...
And what's worse,
Yes,
then next, wait a minute, teams next, oh,
that the source some...
Yeah, we learned about the probes from these guys.
No.
not,
Ah,
yeah,
why he doesn't?
Like, I definitely remember talking to him about these.
fun,
The stinger,
it's,
these then can be...
they turn on a small,
The stinger gives still either
yeah,
our past,
after we killed the, we
should wish to...
open,
Well,
then looking for, gee,
anything else?
nope,
Although we have from one of our deep...
she found a strange metal embedded in the surface of an
Although she and her crew spent many days trying to open the door,
they failed utterly to so much as budget.
the reported location of this alien artifact is Epsilon Camelopardalis 1A.
Go open it. I bet there's something
Goodbye, Captain.
See?
Greetings. What can your... We may not have told you, but my species is certain metapsychic by...
Oh, no!
Although my friend's difficulty, and I can guarantee that our limited ability...
Oh, yeah. Said you could fix our broken... You're sympathetic. More like pathetic. Yeah.
Even though all this negative, we have to...
And then they said you could bend dwarfs with...
Shut up. As I was saying, before
I said...
our most talented seers have detected some ominous and powerful metapsychic signals from the direction of the Orionist constellation.
Faker.
Orionus?
Goodbye.
See?
I wish there was, like, a better system for finding some of this stuff. Orionus? So that's this area. You're telling me there's something bad going on over here. There's so much Orionus. Where's Camel? That's Chameleonus. Where's Camelopartus, or whatever the heck it is. Okay, so down here is where they said one of those things was. But I also need to go to Draconis. Supposedly the Arilu are in Draconis, is the note I have. Let's try that. I just don't know what else to do. Yeah. I don't know that Zeta Draconis is the right thing, though. The only thing I have is just Draconis. And then I run into something. Freaking Ur-Quan.
What? Alien, you have spoken words, and you have spoken them rightly. We will tell you our reasons why we enslave all other sentient life. We evolved on a hostile world, the descendants of solitary hunters. In those ancient days, we explored our world. Here we met the six race. It was on a routine planetfall that one of our million scout ships, they were evilly intelligent creatures. They wanted to, for thousands, the Dinyari had a so they began one green, the other black, the warriors and labor. When the martyred genius Kazenza gave us the secret to defeating the Dinyari, we destroyed them. Then we decided that we would never again be slaves. We would follow the path of now and forever. We decided to enslave or imprison all other intelligent life in the galaxy. We had slaves shielded one world. When we learned that the Black Ur-Quan, under a new leader, Korra, had devised the Eternal Doctrine, which called for the cleansing, the annihilation of all non-Ur-Quan sentient life before we could stop them. They burned the Uptar race's whole world, and were on their way to the planet of the last remaining free race. We met the Korra in orbit above that planet. We confronted them. They would not submit. We fought. When our battle was done, the Korra were defeated. We exiled them, sent the remnant of the Korra fleet into the unknown reaches of the galaxy. Then we began our own migration, moving around the galaxy in the opposite direction of the Korra. Captain, you have heard our words. Now you will have a decision to make. Submit to us, the Ur-Quan Kazenza, or face our wrath. Although you consider us the enemy, we are new and dead. Launch fighters. Launch fighters.
All right, there's a second one.
Launch fighters.
God. Who are you? Hey, who are you?
So, what's this? An unknown alien species. How wonderful. Someone new to fight. We, the Tradash of Culture 19, famous Ur-Quan combat thralls, know well the value of a good fight. Either you win and prove your superiority, or you lose and are vanquished. If the vanquished is lucky, it may survive to learn an important lesson from its defeat. This is the way of the Tradash. We fight and learn and improve. All other cultural schemes are inferior. This is a proven fact. What have you to say before we begin combat? Perhaps after we have made you our slaves, we can accommodate your wishes. Until then... Hostility? Har, har, har. We are not hostile. Hostility is unwarranted aggression. If you want to know about hostility, let us tell you about Culture 12. Culture 12 was so hostile that while they were on their way to their first great battle, Zoq-Fot, the battle master, stepped on Nusco, the tactician's foot, causing him great pain. The annoyed Nusco turned on his battle master, Zoq-Fot, and sliced his body in half. This miffed Zoq-Fot's troops, who took it upon themselves to murder Nusco and his elite troops. The real trouble started when now dead Zoq-Fot's master sergeants, Mood and Put, started arguing about how to kill Nusco. Simple crucifixion or the slower lead tattoo technique. The argument was resolved when Mood and his 500 troops were slaughtered by Put and his gang. Well, this probably all would have gone down in history as a great day of learning for Culture 12, were it not for the surprise arrival of Culture 12's original enemy, the Yao-Jog and his cronies, who wiped out Culture 12's army, thus beginning the long and glorious Culture 13. Now that's hostility. We, on the other hand, merely want to kill you. talk. Bah, talk is for sissies. Weaklings like those of Corridor 14. For 10,000 years, we Dradash have fought and died, learned and improved. Then, along came Culture 14, which claimed that all this perfect method was wrong. That each time we violently transformed to a new culture, we inevitably blasted ourselves back at least 500 years in development. Some people just cannot accept the cost of progress. Indeed, the foolishness of Culture 14's peaceful whining was revealed when they were conquered by Culture 15 after only a 10-year reign. And did the change to Culture 15 set us back 500 years? No, 2, maybe 300 years tops. The short span of Culture 14's reign is objective proof that as a way of life, peace is a failure. What? More talk? It amazes me that you ever got out of the orbit of your home planet. Yak, yak, yak. Yammer, yammer, yammer. Very well, we will talk for a moment. Our Culture 19 is the most formidable ever to appear in Dradash space. Admittedly, we said something similar about Culture 18, but it is true. With our rather swift defeat by the Ur-Quan and subsequent enslavement, we realized that it was time for a change. A new culture had to be established. So of course, we began a thermonuclear exchange to decide who would lead this new culture. We were all quite disappointed when the Ur-Quan in orbit above our homeworld launched waves of fighters who intercepted all our missiles. The Ur-Quan explained that slaves were not permitted to engage in such destructive conflicts. So my people, being superior, introduced a super lethal poison into our opponent's water and air, thus ending the conflict. The Ur-Quan were not particularly happy about this resolution and killed all our leaders, which, under other circumstances, would have started a larger inter-Dradash war. But the Ur-Quan appointed new leaders, apparently chosen at random, and explained that further disobedience would result in the destruction of our species. Frustrating, huh? A foolish question. We are their slaves, Toad. What else would we be? When the Ur-Quan first appeared in our space, over 50 years ago, coming from the direction of the Ophiuchi stars, we attacked them with gusto, zipping in to fire our Mark 6 blasters, and then theoretically zipping back out to prepare for another attack run. Unfortunately, before we could zip out, our ships were either blasted to smithereens by the Ur-Quan's fusion bolts or were picked apart by the swarms of Ur-Quan fighter vessels. You may wonder why we didn't use our afterburners to escape. The answer is simple. 50 years ago, our ships had not yet been modified for this enhancement. It was not until 2143 that maintenance engineer Rion invented the afterburner effect. When he accidentally stuck his cigar in the aft fuel valve of the ship he was working on, Waboom! The ship took off like a farm out of hell, and Rion was fried to a crisp. Yes, we remember Rion with much fondness. Of course, we have refined the device, and now that our entire fleet has been fitted with the Rion afterburners, perhaps now the Ur-Quan will let us fight at their side as true battle thralls. We wanted to. Oh, how we wanted to! After all, we were the first battle thralls the Ur-Quan enslaved in this part of space. We thought we had priority, but the Ur-Quan thought we were too weak to hold our own in the upcoming battles, so they left us here to guard the flank. If only we had been stronger and less troublesome. Another reason the Ur-Quan wouldn't take us with them was because we kept picking fights with the new battle slaves, like the Undabladis or those religious idiots, the Ilrad. Where did they go, you ask? This is a secret, of course. We can't tell you. If we told you that they were fighting a secret war against a mysterious invader, you might find some way to use that information against our masters. So forget it. No secrets. What foolish stupidity! Why, that's as dumb an idea as... What did you say? Attack the Ur-Quan's enemy? Help them win their war? Why, that's an excellent idea. I'm glad I thought of it. We shall marshal our forces and leave at once. Stupid, human, pitiful, weakling dog. You have been helpful. So as a reward, you may leave alive. And when we return from our glorious campaign, we may even honor you with a retelling of the many great battles we shall certainly win. Until then, get lost!
So could I have recruited these guys for my alliance?
The Ur-Quan will be mightily impressed by our combat prowess. When we blast their enemies from space, we build up a charging fury. Stay out of our path. What you need before the lesson begins? Let us show you just one thing.
I have to fight? No? Great. I missed. Ah! Yeah, I definitely think they all want to say hello. Ah! I thought they were supposed to leave too!
Our individual skills, our superior fighting chips, and our objectively correct political views are sure to greatly impress our Ur-Quan masters. To arms! To arms! Brutal, you don't know the meaning of brutal until you've heard the story of Culture 3. How brutal was Culture 3, you ask? Culture 3 was so brutal that they maimed, tortured, enslaved, and in general brutalized themselves. You see, Culture 2 had made a virtue of stoic resistance to pain, stubborn fortitude, that sort of thing. So when Culture 3 came around, they had a problem. How were they going to impress everyone as being even tougher? Their answer? They would arrive at a battle, stand on a tall hill where everyone could see them, and chop off one of their own limbs. Then they'd wave it around, screaming and shaking it at their enemies. It worked. It scared the hell out of their opponents. They ran like crazy. You could tell who was a real war hero back then by how few arms or legs he had left. Warfarin were quite different too. Instead of sturdy old warriors walking slowly past their reviewing stands, they tended to roll, and at a good clip too. To you, an inferior alien, this may seem bluntly stupid, the product of a sick, primitive society. You couldn't be more right. Culture 3 was, as you can well understand, only the third Thrabash culture, and was therefore far from the tempered perfection you have encountered here and now. What? You say what? Foolish, pitiful, small-headed being. We will destroy you and everybody on your ship.
There's so many of them! Oh no.
Our individuals and our to our... We like secret weapons. We will now give you the opportunity to give them...
Well, that was probably stupid. I should probably move some crew onto my ship before I die. A lot of minerals. And energy. Maybe this is what I'm looking for. Report from surface. Captain, we've discovered some sort of alien shrine here on the surface. The building is immensely old, at least 2,000 years. Inscribed around the perimeter of the cylindrical shrine are innumerable hieroglyphs which document the history of each of the 19 Thradish cultures. From what we have seen, we have learned that the Thradish have risen to starfaring technology at least 3 separate times, only to nuke themselves back into the Stone Age again and again. The real surprise, Captain, was what we found inside the shrine. We knew the Thradish kept something down here, but we didn't know what it was until we went inside the shrine. In the exact middle of the structure was a tall dais of white stone. Set atop this dais was an immense aqua gemstone, somehow shaped into a flat, twisted ribbon like a DNA helix. The aqua helix emitted incredible light pulses, illuminating the cavernous shrine like a giant strobe light. At least it did. Until Private Hendricks decided to see what would happen if he grabbed the artifact. The helix immediately ceased glowing and has remained quiescent ever since. We will bring the aqua helix back aboard the ship for further investigation and a report. Yeah, so I stole their ancient artifact? I haven't made bank yet. Not really. I mean, I guess I've blown up a number of their ships. Stupid folding space.
So it's you, the thief, the skulking little human weasel. We should not have left the Aqua Helix planet unguarded. You have shown us a weakness in ourselves, and for that we thank you. But we desire the return of the Helix, since I suspect you won't give it willingly. Eat flaming death, you gravy-sucking pig.
Gravy sucking, huh? So many of them. I might just have to kill all these guys.
Ahoy, stupid human. You are arrogant and absurd. You took our wonderful, ancient, sacred Aqua Helix and refused to return it. This makes us mad, extremely mad. Prepare to meet thy doom, alien thief.
Oh, if I hadn't sent them on the quest, I wouldn't have been able to land on the planet because they would have had guards. I'm in trouble. Yeah, it does kind of suck here. Oh, they didn't catch me that time. Why? I moved crew. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're just gonna leave this place. This place sucks. Bye, losers. Oh look, the Thirdash are mainly on their way into there. That's cool. I do need a supergiant star. So there's the green one down here. Is that a supergiant? Alpha Apotus?
Welcome. Now, we appreciate what free. Unfortunately, how much fuel? How much fuel do you wish? Fuel.
That'll be enough.
Will you?
Alpha Apotus, did I? I don't think I've actually, like, done the thing here. Okay, this place might be worth harvesting. But it's 11:30. I need a break. Now the question is it a break or are we calling the stream to a close for the night? Right, everything's on fire, so I didn't harvest anything when I was here last time. I remember that. Because the supergiant systems, everything's on fire. Okay, if we're gonna continue, I'm taking a break so I can go pee. I'll be back. Alright. Yeah, I guess let's do some harvesting. Oh god, right. Everything's awful on this system. Get me out of here. Alright, Planet 1 and Planet 2 done. So then you go back in for Planet 3. I mean, wait, now I'm confused. Planet 4? I'm not landing for those. If they're not at least green, we're not going. It's not that the life isn't cheap, it's that I don't want to spend the time collecting and filling up my storage containers with materials that aren't going to allow me to buy new things when I get back to Earth. But, like, these minerals aren't worth it. I still need to go back to that rainbow world. Alright, we're done here. Speaking of that rainbow world, we can go there before going back to Spathy. It's almost on the way. Oh, the Thredash continued to chase us, it looks like. I don't need to play nice with you guys. Narg. Hork. Snork. I'm gonna have to fight all of these guys. Five of them?
Ahoy, stupid, you took...
I didn't want to come into the conversation. I just wanted to attack you. I'd rather run into more of those probes. They drop way more money. And I don't actually have to fight them. I can just be like, boop. But yeah, I think this time we'll sell off all the extra fleet ships that are on the right-hand side there for the cash. I think it was the inner planet, right? Yeah, the one that was on fire was the rainbow planet. Okay. All right, there's green on this one. This world's made of gold! Nah. We have access to hyperspace. Clearly, we just fold out of this reality and back up into the other one. Clearly. I'm sure that's not a problem when done next to a planet. Definitely not for the ores. That's true. The ores would not have any problems with that. They'd probably think it was a great party. That's not a planet. That's the planet. I already looked at this one, didn't I? Yeah. All right. We can't get to Spothiwa from here without getting more fuel. We probably can't afford more fuel because we don't have any data. Yellow systems seem to be the ones that are most likely to have animals because it was down here, or I guess is Alpha Gickless the one that I actually got it in? So a larger orange star. Orange and yellow stars. This is where I found aminals. So I guess there's an orange star here. Let's see if going there can get us some stuff. Save? But what if I'm trapped? I don't think there's going to be any life on this planet. There is a planet with a green ring, which I believe means habitable. All right. Why watch out for black holes in that system? I haven't seen any black holes yet, so I'm asking because I'm guessing that's probably something to do with reality, not this video game. Oh, I see that purple mineral trying to hide. Chandra Sakala. Putting more dynamos on this thing has made my acceleration better. The Chandrasekhar limit is the maximum size a white dwarf can be before it will collapse into either a neutron star or a black hole. Didn't know that's what that was called. Ultramarine world. I get your joke now. Gotta look out for Robert Guillemon. Guillemon? Guillemon? You should always be on the lookout for the dancing umbrellas, though. The one animated Hellboy movie and the poor psychic who no one believed. I never watched any of the animated Hellboy movies. Be honest, I didn't know there were animated Hellboy movies. I didn't. I'm not surprised, like, now that I hear it, I'm not surprised they exist. Of course they do, but I've never seen one. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy day. That's all you get. Whew, glad we still have room for the fancy purple rocks. I don't know if I went to this one. Sure didn't. Alright, now I believe we've hit them all, though. Which means we should be able to go over to Octanus, trade in for some credits, get some supplies, maybe buy some of the plan sets, and then go. One hopes. Shame I don't have any more room in my inventory. I just want the Melnorme to show up. Where the hell are they? No, come back.
Welcome. Nah. What?
Ooh!
Your ship's log indicates that you discovered the whereabouts of one of the rainbow worlds, which so fascinate us. In exchange, we will give you 500 credits. What would you like to sell, Captain? The... What? The... What? I find you. How? While you
Alright, we've already gone through this conversation.
Ur-Quan. Oh, they are fighting within a log, although it is probably... No doubt you are familiar with an alien race called the Ur-Quan, who live in the Orionus constellation. While they are renowned for their potent and often cruel sense of humor, they have outdone themselves in recent years. Specifically, they have used an unusual hyperwave caster to impersonate the Ur-Rat gods Dogar and Kazon. When the Ur-Rat began tuning in to the voices of their gods on their hyperwave receivers, the priest caste was understandably skeptical and counseled their many followers to ignore the blasphemous signals. However, in a surprise move, the majority of the Ur-Rat then rose up and slaughtered the entire priest caste. The reasons for this ghastly move included overtaxation, lack of quality depth in ceremony, and the general feeling that the priests had made Dogar and Kazon's pronouncements overly complex.
I've bought all the tech now. I just skipped through the speaking about it.
As you know, there are weaknesses in the division between dimensions. For example, your vessel uses such weaknesses to enter hyperspace. However, there are other weak spots in the galaxy which lead to yet different dimensions. One such portal exists nearby, between the Chandrasekhar and Colum Bay constellations. The portal opens only a short time each month, starting on the 17th. Since we have never entered the portal, we can give no more information on this subject.
Ooh.
How? As you are probably aware, Ur-Quan starships, you call them dreadnoughts, I believe, possess effective self-annihilation circuits, which prevent other races from reverse engineering Ur-Quan technological secrets. However, we have become aware of a shipwrecked dreadnought, which has remained largely intact. You will find the remains of the ship on the surface of a blue world orbiting Alpha Pavonis. We suspect you will find at least one item of interest there, possibly two. Unfortunately, it has...
All right. check out the Dreadnought before the portal. Where's Alpha Pavonis? I'm also supposed to go to Orionis or something. But I don't know which one. I need to go to Spothy to get the hyperwave thing, right? Oh yeah, I need to offload too. Right. Epsilon Bruce.
You're back. Why don't you just wait a while? We can discuss details. No. We are simply taking a more adult. Well, we cannot simply say, surely you... No! Exactly. Huh? What? Okay.
There we go. Then run into one of the ships.
Hello, Captain Ally Hunam. We are here in this place at this time just like you. How wonderful. Very little, I'm afraid. We've just been watching the stars. You know, actually, there was something that happened the last month on the 17th. We saw a new star appear between the Surtini and Chandrasekhar star clusters. We watched it and watched it for 3 days. We just watched it. Then it went away, vanished just like that. I hope it comes back. Stuck as we are here out in deep space, we learn little of interest. I suggest you consult the more interesting folk at Spatiwa. As you wish, our waste recycling unit is at your disposal. There you will find quantities of methane, sulfurous gas, and some interesting organic compounds. Feel free, take all you want.
Okay.
We used to be bored, but then we bought this cool entertainment product. It simulated a grand adventure through 1,000 parsecs of hostile space, where we met interesting aliens, uncovered the secrets of a long-lost superior race, and eventually, to save our world from destruction, we had to face the dragon. Never mind, I can tell you aren't really interested. Same to you. Same to... We hope the material we provided your starbase engineers was sufficient for your needs. Perhaps, Captain, I will explain. We have been investigating the caster which we took away from the Unga after the Judd the Bug scandal 8 years ago. We have uncovered evidence of something strange going on between the Unga and the Ur-Rat over the past many years. We suspect that the Unga were using the caster to pull off some kind of long-term joke on the Ur-Rat, but we are unable to glean any more details. Certainly. About what? Since we never wanted to be in the hierarchy, and we are afraid of all the other members, our knowledge on this subject is a bit limited. But I'll tell you what I know. The hierarchy is the construct of the Ur-Quan. It exists to maintain their supreme authority over all the sentient life forms in the galaxy. As far as we know, there are 6 other races active in the hierarchy, including the gelatinous Unga pranksters, the multi-legged, super-violent Ur-Rat, who are fanatical in their worship of Dogar and Kazan, the Tradash, a weak and obnoxious race from the Draconis group of stars, the humanoid clones you call Andros, though they have been strangely absent for some years, the vain Vox, commanded by the brilliant and eccentric General Zex, and the mysterious Mycon, who ramble endlessly about people, places, and events from long ago as though they happened just today. If there are other hierarchy races, we are not aware of them. Before the evil ones appeared, we Spotty were a simple folk. We were content with our calm lives, our rude huts, and our coarse-woven turtleneck sweaters. I suppose we could have remained that way for eons, were it not for the sudden arrival of a million voracious monsters from hell. We have never quite figured out where they, the evil ones, came from. The few specimens we collected, who had mostly died of tooth decay from eating sweet, spotty flesh, were physiologically unlike any other species from Spottywa. It was as though they had arrived suddenly on the surface of our planet, transported there by some unknown agency. But that is nonsense. Who could be so cruel?
The Unga.
You mean the one we helped demolish? That one? Well, we had some contact with Alliance members before the Ur-Quan showed up. Mostly with the Chenjasu, who stopped off here occasionally when they were on their way to explore the Galactic Core. Actually, their last visit was interesting. They were returning from the Tukane star systems, where they said they had found a new alien race called the Pkunk, or something like that. The only other race we ever dealt with was the Mernherm, who once tried to colonize Beta Hercules, which we considered within our sphere of influence. When we explained this to the Mernherm, they politely withdrew from the contested star system and never bothered us again. Since we tend to stay close to home, preferably in the living room, we know little about other races beyond our neighbors such as the Unga. Before being subjugated by the Ur-Quan, the Unga were a contented and peaceable race who inhabited the region of stars which you call Orionis. They spent their time happily exploring and mining the nearby planetary systems and engaging in elaborate and, to our way of thinking, cruel practical jokes. One particularly nasty prank was the time they broadcast a tricked message to space declaring the arrival of the Grand Master Planet Eaters or some such nonsense. This caused several alien cultures to go mad with panic, including, you might be surprised to know, ourselves. Like all other races, we have found evidence of the precursors scattered throughout our space. Our belief is that the precursors are not really gone. They simply came to their senses one day and used their superior technology to invent some kind of perfect invisibility shield and remain alive and happy to this day. We hope to rediscover the secret someday and disappear into similar obscurity. One other thing, we haven't been able to translate much of their writing, but we understand one fragment of text. It mentions a sequence of 10 artificial waste disposal sites they built somewhere around here. I suspect that even garbage from the precursors would be of incredible value. Good, I don't feel much like talking about that anyway. No. Goodbye.
Okay, so all that did was confirm what we already knew. All right.
Welcome back, Captain. There's something I think you should know. Captain, a delegation of Spathi has just arrived here under orders from their High Council to form an alliance and assist you against the hierarchy. They have provided fabricator blueprint data for their eluder spacecraft and promise a steady supply of captains for as many ships as we build. Excellent work, Captain. More fuel for the fire. The analysis reads as follows. Subject, Aqua Helix device. Data, this device is composed of a light blue super hard substance which rates Mohs 13. The object is composed of a flat ribbon of homogeneous material approximately 1 meter in length, and it is twisted in a perfect helix. Focused ion and nucleomagnetic scans reveal little about its interior. Summary, unknown design, unknown origin, unknown function. That's the end of our scientist's report. Bring back...
I think that may be it for the night, though. Because it is 12:30. And I have been playing for 4 hours. And I do need to sleep at some point. Where do we need to go next? So many things to do. My notes are a mess. Maybe I'll take some time to do some notes. I don't know. Yeah, Betelgeuse or the Dreadnought sounds good. Betelgeuse or all right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. But I'm tired. Stream tomorrow in the evening, probably. And then there'll be a break for 2 weeks-ish. Okay. Take it easy, everybody. Sleep well. See you tomorrow. Or later today. Or whatever. Bye.